Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Today we are going to keep working on our tropical park here, and yeah. I kind of don't have a real plan on what I want to do, but just kind of going through and improving some stuff. Kind of taking it easy. Got on a little bit later than I wanted to. I was thinking about waiting even a little bit more, and I said, no, you know what, because if it gets to be too much later, I'm gonna start getting more tired and not end up streaming at all. And I didn't want to do that, because I said I was gonna do this, I wanted to do this, so, here we are. Muster a little bit of energy, and yeah. Okay, so last time we did get this coaster open, and we did some more stuff kind of with the station. It's still not fully done. I think there's a lot of room for improvement, but at least now we have a functional coaster. We also added that flat ride, a staff room over here, built the path out, and we actually also copied some of these piers over from the pirate-themed restaurant and tied it in over to this path kind of as a outlet, so it's not like a one-way in or out sort of thing. Over to here, at least you can go this way back over the bridge, or you can go over the pier to the restaurant. You know, ride a coaster, grab a bite to eat. The other things we did is just a little bit of minor stuff. We actually did some terrain work, put the fireworks back here behind these palm trees, clear out some space for that for some future development. We may or may not get to that tonight. I'm not sure. Hey, Darkhound Doom, welcome. How are ya? Hey, I love the new waiting screen before the stream starts. Hey, I appreciate that. I didn't make it. Actually, another one of my viewers and a good friend actually made it for me. So it came out really nice. So it's a little bit more, a little bit more of a appropriate, like in the sense of just really kind of fits the channel better than the plane, especially when I'm doing the Planet Coaster streams or other stuff, because what's a plane about? Now, it's true that I do a lot of flight sim, and that's what my channel actually didn't start from, but really kind of kicked off with. But it's a little or it's not generic, so it's a little specific, and so the new one is more generic, kind of showing me, and yeah, it just feels a little bit more personal too, which is kind of nice. So just playing Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster. Do you have Planet Coaster 2 or 1? Wait, just a second here. still one. Good. Gonna get to, hopefully, I think I should be good to get it money-wise. Well, it's on sale right now, so grab it before it goes off sale. I think it's 35 bucks right now. I could tell you. If I know how to get into... Oh, you all don't see the Steam overlay. Yeah. Shoot. Okay. I was gonna try to display that and look, but... let me just check. I've got it on my main monitor, but it's not showing up because the way I have my stream software, it only displays the game. It doesn't show other things that might be pulled onto that screen unless I toggle it. Okay, yep. So, PC2 Deluxe right now is 35 bucks, and it comes with the Vintage Funfair DLC, which isn't really all that great, but for 35 bucks the base game is a good deal because the game itself is 50 on base. Was hoping to before sale ends, as long as pets need nothing else. It's through December 4th, so you have until Thursday. Or depending on where you are, time-wise. You told me you were in Australia? If I remember correctly, so that would, I guess, be actually like Friday morning over in Australia. Alright, let me close out of that and get back into the game. I went ahead and picked up the Elder Scrolls Oblivion on the Steam sale earlier today. I haven't played it yet, but I plan to. I actually am planning to stream it at some point. Not on a regular basis, but... Oh, New Zealand. Okay, so yeah, you were from New Zealand. I had another relatively new viewer who joined from Australia. So it's probably mixing you up with him. But yeah, no. New Zealand, that actually is even a little bit more time. You'll have more time Friday morning than the people in Australia. I don't know the time difference between the two. I can close out a Sky Vector from Flight Sim. I don't need that for this game. Okay, so... want to just do kind of some quality of life stuff throughout the park. But I'm thinking about doing something very profound here. Is it really 3 hours between New Zealand and Australia? I did not think it would be that much. I thought 1 or maybe 2. At least from, like, Sydney and the eastern side where more people live. Alright, I was going to create a poll, but I'm not going to, because it would be too specific to describe in a short amount of time. So my thought is to take this Mamba coaster and pull it from the front of the park, put it in the back, and kind of build out this whole area as more of like a jungle sort of style. And then the surf coaster would actually end up going more out front, although we could also put it off to the side somewhere and doing a little bit of terrain work there. So what do you all think about that? You can tell me in chat if you think it's a good or bad idea. I'm just thinking to kind of group these a little bit better together. And I'm really giving a lot of thought to the future of this park, even though I have done a ton of work in it. And we'd be able to preserve almost all of the rides and a lot of the scenery and stuff. We would just end up having to redo a lot of the terrain. But with the progress that I've made, I'm very hesitant to do that in the sense of giving this up. I know I'm going to be starting... I've put this off for a long time, but I've talked about doing a new park. And I think the best time for that is going to be once that DLC comes out. Or not the DLC, but Update 8 next week. Could really do a whole new, like, winter Viking-themed park and stuff. It's the existing Viking park is... it was a lot of fun and it was developed through, but it was not super well thought out. I actually started that all the way back in January before my computer stopped working and had really nothing to go off of. I'm hoping Jimpers makes it tonight. I wanted to check out that coaster he had talked about building. Actually, I will open up a poll. And yeah, so go ahead. Let y'all vote kind of what you think. I kind of described it before opening the poll. May have helped a little bit. But anyway. What we would likely end up doing is building this terrain out here. We'd have to relocate the water park. I've talked about doing that for a bit. But I kind of want to improve on what we have before I go through and add, like a whole ton of extra new stuff. I think it would just make a little more sense. Actually switch it over to night mode. Oh, that's pretty. So we've got a bunch of like tiki torches. I think it would be nice to add some different lights. I mean, we can save all of these blueprints. Unfortunately, we would have to redo the terrain work, but that could be done. This would be tough. But just attach the scenery. We would just lose the terrain. Whole lot of nothing out here that I really would like to do something with. But basically if we were to move the RMC to the back here, we'd basically just fill this all in, maybe run a couple streams, creeks, rivers, something like that. And we'd move my thought was to move the surf coaster over here, and build this up as like the high point kind of centerpiece of the park. And then the other option would be to move it over here, do some terrain, add some more water, stuff like that, out over there. And I think it would even make some sense to redo a little bit of the queue around this ride. Now that we have like proper angles and pointed corners for the queues and stuff, because this was built before Update 7 hit. Alright, so we've got one vote for swap them. Let's do a night ride POV of this. Let me just make sure that, yeah, torch is off. Let's go to seat 2 or 3, better kind of middle view. Probably need some lights in these stations too. I want to try to get my stations a little bit more elaborately shaped and... Oh, but that's pretty cool though, you get the moon. Oh, it is pitch black through there. Yeah, it is much, much, much too dark in here. Alright. So yeah, let's get off that. And yeah, wow, we need to add a bunch of lights. Oh, make people grab a torch over here at the queue entrance and make them carry it up through. Let's do some pirate lights. So let's go in here. Props. Lights. Yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah, okay. So let's go with one there, one over on this side. It's a little tough to get them perfectly lined up, but that's close. Well, that's cool, right up over here. Alright, so let's actually go into the coaster station and add... oh, come on. It's tough to see as we maneuver in here. Oh, gosh. Oh. Do that there. Now advanced move, duplicate, and we'll just place him. Whoa. Maybe one up over here, over that. Yeah. So that definitely helps. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. You could attach it to the ceiling. That might actually be netted glass float lantern. Whoa, that's an interesting one. And you have these that just kind of. And those don't really. Maybe something in the corner. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's actually pretty neat. That seems to be even better light than the lanterns, oddly enough. I don't know, maybe not. It's looking good in there. It's definitely an improvement. I still feel like it may be a little dark in here. You could actually... Oh, you could do that and put them in the windows. But that, I don't think that would really look good, particularly in the daytime. That lantern chain looks neat, but it's a little bit too tall. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a little bit too dark coming up to that. Like over at the coaster, it's just... There's not enough light, so we might actually have to look at kind of a... I mean, we could do that on each side. Ooh. Well, you know what? That might be worth a try. We'll see how it looks. So what I'll do is line these up here. And then we'll just run them basically... kind of like that. Kind of up from each corner. Why did it? Strawberry Jam, how are ya? And then let's just do an advanced move. Kind of get them all linked up. Kind of like that right over the coaster. Kind of like that there. Yeah. Boy, that's a real improvement. And then we could do it on this side, but this is actually closer to these lanterns here, so it's probably okay. That's about the halfway point for the middle of the station anyway. Not quite, but it's pretty close. But I think that's a definite improvement for the lighting overall. There. Yeah, look at that. You can see it all the way from out here. Alright, so we gotta vote for swap them and one for Mamba to back, Surf to front. That seems like it could make the most sense. They both are viable options, which is why I presented them separate. Looks a lot. Oh yeah, way better. Hold on a second. These slides, the water's dirty and guests are... Alright, so what's what is causing that? Let me check these here. Let's just make sure. Oh, let me get that clean as well. Let me just see the quality of these water pumps. Condition penalty. Yeah. That'll be an easy service. Oh, well, that is weird. It looks like some lines might have been broken. Alright, so we're gonna go to facilities. Custom. Let's go in this way and just kind of I don't know why those aren't linked. They were. Just maybe something just got moved by mistake and I didn't realize. Now everything's linked up, everything is clean water, so we're good.
Purple, blue, everything.
There's no way I'm going on it. It's too dirty. Okay, well it's going up so rapidly, so yeah, that's a fix. We get one vote for leave them in place. Oh man, we got a three-way split now. Okay. Well, that's usually what happens. Look at the gorgeous lazy river around the volcano. Yeah, what's going on, Dale? But, Oh, we just jumped out of it and up into a tree. Oh. Yeah, so this down here definitely does look much better. We would still definitely need to add some lights throughout here. Man, you really can't see. We'll actually go in here and turn the torch on. Yeah, that should look a bit better now. We got dirty pools, the crime is up, our pets' heads are falling off. It's a Dumb and Dumber movie reference. I get it. Alright, so that should be a considerable improvement, but we may still need some lights overhead. So let's go in and turn torch off. Yeah, that helps, but it is definitely still a bit dark in here. And the high ceiling actually doesn't help. These lights really don't produce a whole ton of ambient lighting, but it is definitely better than what we had, which was nothing. But this up here, yeah, these things really do the best, I think. The free hanging lights. Not going to be here long tonight, kids. Hope you all have a great stream. Try to catch the next one. Alright, Bralmick, thanks so much for hanging out. Have a great rest of the evening, okay? Alright, let's go with that for now. It's an improvement. I think we could do more. bamboo torches maybe over here in the corners. Kind of like that. Oh, I've got a good idea for this. It doesn't fit. Not scaled up that high. Oh, that looks kind of neat. Alright, I'm going to end the poll and leave that considered unresolved. And just as I don't really know what we're going to do exactly there. Cut back, take a look at the fireworks. Now that they're a little bit further back in the center of the park. Yeah, that's neat. I hear a king coaster somewhere. Oh yeah, he's walking right up here. Ha ha!
Come on, Dolly Powder.
I'll tell you one thing, I think I've mentioned this before, but I hope maybe they're going to do this with Update 8, but I'm not sure. But it would be really cool if we go into entertainers here. It would be really cool to see them add some entertainers for the themes that they've added in. Maybe if we're getting blueprints, maybe we could get, you know, a pirate or a fantasy or sci-fi entertainers or something. I don't know. I think it would be a really nice addition to make those themes feel a little bit more complete. That definitely looks better. We'll probably do some more with that. Look at the line for this, though. I'm surprised it has as much of a line as it does. People are lined up on the path out of the queue. Maybe some quartz, like just torches to set up there. Could be a neat effect. Just so it doesn't feel like the ride's totally in the dark going through a lot of this. Let's see maybe what we could do. Bamboo torch. And those actually do provide a lot of light, so... Have I not done any work for lighting for night at all for this park? I have done a little bit, not much. Very little. So, some of the pieces have lights. Like all of that. Came with the lanterns and stuff built into it. Not really for these. Not for most of these. The one that Bromik built has a couple in it. where I did do a lot of light work was in here in the surf station. We made $1.1 million. Nice. Oh, hold on. All right, let me get back to that there. Who just did that? All right, switching over to nighttime. Let's get that replaced. No, those people are too happy. Oh, hold on. She's the culprit right there. Aha! Out! Uh-oh, I didn't even click it. Out! And now they're saying they're stuck. Yeah. Disrupting these people from eating. Here, let me give you a hand. Let me pick you up over there. Now take your happy butts out of my park. Day and night. Yeah, literally. And now we're back to morning. Triple out. Yeah. Legend has it they're still stuck. Oh, when I built this station and Bromik ended up reworking it. But I did do the lights for this building here. I'd like to redo the queue for a lot of these rides now that they have the pointed paths. I think would look pretty good. Look at this. Stay there forever and turn into a stone statue. Let me just go get a Medusa figure. So Medusa can turn them to stone. Yeah, they're on their way out. Alright, let's just check. A little bit of litter over here, and that trash can's a bit full. Janitor will get that. It's not bad. Some over here, maybe we could add a trash can or two. Put a few in the corners right there. Okay. Well, that's an improvement. You have unlimited money, you can hire another 17,000 janitors. Yeah, but I don't have the room for them. All the staff rooms and stuff. We've got enough janitors. Alright, I want to do a little more work on this building. And it's gonna be this corner here that's a little wonky. That's right, you have the I care about people taking bricks thing. Yeah. Yeah, they can't. So let's do that there. We'll need a 1 meter piece. So that's in the way of the queue just a little bit. So we might just kind of maneuver those slightly. Do a Skull and Bones entrance to throw off that odd angle. That was my thought right there. It still runs through it just a little bit. And then the same with this. Kind of get them to run. Oh, that actually works. Then it's just a little bit of an odd. Kind of goes about there. Tied in kind of like that. It's an elevation thing right there, but that actually keeps that freed up. You will be the death of me. No, not this time, Dale. It only took like 30 seconds. Before I would have said it would be the death of me too, but no. No, we got it this time. Much simpler. We'll just put one there. So it sticks through just a little bit, but it actually works out. Alright, and this right here I thought about kind of tapering off slightly differently. Maybe we could put some sort of a centerpiece. So I'm going to take this and we're going to raise it. Oh, that actually doesn't line up with the window. Alright. So we'll actually just lower it down like that. We could even stack one. Maybe kind of like that. I would love to, if we can find... Oh, that's actually really neat. Well, I was looking for an actual, like, pirate animatronic, perhaps. Oh, you can't scale that. Well... We have him standing up there, and maybe find something else on this side. Cargo wouldn't make a lot of sense on the roof, but maybe some treasure. Just kind of setting some static scenery up on top. Ship statue. Yeah, I'm not really sure that that fits well, but that statue there. Tell you what, I think we're going to do that differently. So I'm going to move that down there. And then we're going to do something different right here. Let me go into the building pieces. Let's go to roofs. Do we have a 2 meter? No, that's 2. Do we have a 1 meter slant? No, so 2 meters. Okay, yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move that right there for a moment. Gonna get rid of these. Put those in place kind of like that there. Let's go with a 4 meter solid wall right here. And then we'll need a 2 meter. So let's grab that there.
medium.
Treasure Tempest, the name of the coaster. That's looking cool. I appreciate it. And what I want to try to find is a sign. Oh, yeah. We get one large enough to get the letters, that could actually be really neat if it works out. Let's just attach that there for a moment. It'd be really cool to have. So maybe a sign like that. Oh, you can actually... I do love the details that can get in these games with signs and such. Oh, absolutely. 100%. Alright. I want to try to get these in line a little bit more. So something like that. And then to try to get the wave down over it, we might even do like double or something like that. Even a triple kind of like that there, where all those fit. And then what we'll do is just grab these and slide them. That actually looks kind of neat. The problem is we're not going to be able to get this to fit on there. One possible option is actually just to combine them all on this, and instead of doing like a panel, yeah, I've got an idea for this here. Let's delete that. Might have to space those just a little bit more. Stick them up there like that. And then if they're off center just a little bit, we can tighten the spacing up. And then maybe what we'll do is maybe have a couple like placed so they look upside down or something like that. Kind of get an interesting rotation, so it almost looks like the treasure's being kind of washed through. It's like you get an upside down chest with a bunch of And now there's more of a washover. And then we can turn these letters to stand out. That may be too dark. Maybe we go with a darker gray and try to get it. That may blend a little too much. Maybe something like that. So I'll actually take that and just pull it for right now. Let's grab this entire thing. Make sure the chests are included. And all of the letters. We'll just shift the Oh yeah, there we go. I think that looks pretty neat. And if you come up here and look, yeah, the letters are a little bit in the way. But, yeah, fine. Got a couple right there too, the sign's sticking up. The other thing we could do is scale the entire thing down very slightly. Or we could just enclose the windows there and then raise the entire thing up. I kind of like the way that looks though. And then if we wanted to place that back over the sign, I'm thinking it honestly may make more sense to kind of have them offset kind of here. And maybe we'll add another one. Yeah, that is pretty neat. Looks awesome. I appreciate it. Nice front. Yeah. What's going on, JP? Yeah, so we finally got that set up. I mean, there's still a few unfinished things that we would have to deal with, like this over here. This here actually wouldn't be too terribly difficult to... Let's just go get a couple of these pieces. Yeah, I'm alright too, man. Appreciate it. After I'm done eating, I have a thing I want you to check out. We may get to it. I feel like maybe that should be a little higher, so we might actually have to do away with the roof part right here. And then raise these up. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Even if we put that there, which could work. I have a new obsession with rain frogs. What? Alright, so let's do that same thing right there. And then that same thing. We'll have to get the height on this right. They're like little meatballs, huh? Somebody just didn't sound very happy. Sounded like they were hurt. Ah! Yeah, I don't think I have the height of that white place. Hey, Jimpers, how are you? Alright, so, no, actually, this was right, I think. Actually, I just realized they should add the first aid facilities again, and actually if accidents happen, like getting arm broken, knee scraped or something. That could be a cool mechanic to add into the game, but it would be tricky. I'm not sure the height of that is right. I think it isn't. I think this is. Let me add a 1 meter piece. I actually did end up finishing that launch stand-up. Yeah! Heck yeah. Suggest the usual. No, that actually is the right height. Something's interfering. A little. It settles out, though. Alright, so let's come back around, take these out. Duplicate. Alright. Okay, no, now why is that? Or do we actually need to add the... Yeah, maybe... Yeah, there we go. Alright, same thing here. I'll look at that in a moment. Just give me a second. Alright. So we've got that there. With the crime, the last thing Cookie needs is to get the EMTs to help the people who have fallen. Well, I try to be good to the guests, though. Oh. Okay, so this does look off. So... if we lower that... Oh, shoot! Nope. Alright, there we go. Pull that wall arch. It's a little offset. Maybe we could lower it slightly or something. We'll have to figure that out. It's a little bit warped. Take that 1 meter piece up. Put another one of those there. Put one back here. And then I think we need a 2 meter for these gaps. Yeah. Throw trees in it, in front of it, and no one will notice, right? Alright, so we have a little to remain with that there, but I'm pretty happy with that now. Man, that sign might be one of the coolest ones I've ever done. That really is something right there, if I may say so. Definitely one of the coolest ride signs that I've made. Alright, I'm gonna step up for a quick minute. When we come back, I'm gonna check out Jimper's coaster.
No, you gonna win fail.
Okay, we're back. This is the freaking coolest thing I've ever seen you create. I don't know about that. In terms of the sign, yeah. But in terms of the building overall, I would still say that the surf coaster station with the gift shop and the restaurant are better. But this one's up there. It took a lot of work, and I think I would like to do even more with it to try to kind of finesse it a bit, but... Not to say too, but I also would like to do something with the entrance to these queues, maybe even bringing them over. Well, actually no, because of the way the path is positioned. Or a boat thingy, it's missing something on the top middle. Like up here? What is artifacting? Oh, maybe that there. Alright. Mm. The thing with this, it would be really tough to... Yeah, that would be really tough to add there. So they had some sort of like a ship sign. I mean, you've got the plinths there. Maybe the wheel? It just blends in. Well, maybe add that for now, and we can revisit that. Yeah, scale it down. I thought about that too, but I just don't think it really fits the form well. Alright. Let me go in and look at Jimper's coaster here. I'm actually wondering if it may be possible to do it in this park, but we'll have to check the size of the blueprint, because we have all that open space in the corner. Actually may fit in this park here. Oh, that definitely does. Without a doubt. Let's go ahead and put these in place. It's fine. Front bumper, and let's start. Alright, here we go. Whoa! Ooh, that is a whippy dive loop. Hey, another one. Kind of like Riddler's Revenge. Yeah, a nice vertical loop with some good hang time. And mid-course. Then a nice corkscrew. And then into the final brakes. That was really cool. I like that. I think it's got a nice set of elements. This definitely feels like an old school B&M looper. I mean, this is a telltale of the Hulk. Other than it using stand-up trains. Really cool first drop, then you have this first dive loop. And then you've got the second dive loop into a really nice vertical loop. 0G roll. And then around the curve into the mid-course, and then the corkscrew into the final. Hey, Hank, how are you? It's good to see you. So this is a coaster Jimper's built. He wanted me to check it out. This actually looks pretty fun. It doesn't take up a big footprint, so I'm wondering we might be able to do something with that in this park if Jimper's is up for that. We'll hold on to it and maybe use it for something. And if we take a look at the tests, that is, I'm not sure why the excitement is. Unless this doesn't count toward, or this does count toward it, unlike a regular chain lift or something. I'm not sure. Looks like a rock solid coaster though. 66 miles an hour. It's a little over like 110 feet tall or so. Those G's are a little bit tight. Six inversions, no airtime, but you don't usually get airtime on these, so that's all fine. It looks like a fun coaster though. I'd rather build you a stand-up with a lift hill. And I'm just curious kind of where... Yeah, so this must not count towards it. Some good excitement through that. Then it kind of loses a little bit of the momentum over through this here. The 0G roll gets people going. Previous run. Yeah, this must be a penalty. In my game, the max G-force on that coaster is 4.5. I don't know why. I don't know why it's different. Yeah, so your highest point of G's is going from out of the first dive loop up into the second. And then it's comparable here, but it's definitely more intense right there. For your laterals, yeah, that turn right there. Please check out Corvus new coaster. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I meant to mention that. I watched that video while I was eating dinner before I got on and streamed. That Floorless that he built was phenomenal. Like, I'm blown away. That was just a fantastic coaster. Looks beautiful. His park is coming together really nicely. Alright, so I'll go ahead and pull that. Looks like a cool coaster, though. I enjoyed that. Thanks for sharing. Let's get some of these cleaned. So we come back over to this, and I don't really want to keep working much more on it. But at some point, I want to add a more proper, like, queue entrance over here with signs. We could do some extra stuff with the... Maybe like a modular souvenir shop or something like that in here. Maybe a small one. Yeah, Dale, I agree. It was fantastic. He did a great job with that. Like, really nice. Thinking maybe do a little something different with the terrain back here. Maybe send more of this over the water. I like the way it interacts with the land, but this is only really done to keep the coaster and the train separate down here. There could be something better to do, or maybe we potentially just reroute the railroad slightly. Ooh, that would be actually really tough. 2 sideways palm trees? At the queues. Yeah, potentially with a sign We could do some terrain paint to like give it more beach and rock instead of just all that grass. But this is just a start. Oh, crisscrossing. That could actually be pretty neat. We'll come back to that. I'm already starting to get a little tired. I would definitely like to do something more. Kind of building a little bit more elaborate stations and queues and theming and stuff for these coasters. I just checked out the Corvus Florless. Popped at Steam down in the lagoon. You could definitely do Steam or Mist or something like that. So, yeah, welcome back to this. I think we could do more with this area. Kind of tying it together. My only critique with the coaster is that the corkscrews are too drawn out. Well, do you mean they're just not, like, snappy enough? Alright, who's trapped? Somebody over here? Well, that's the problem. Stop going behind that bench. No wonder y'all are getting stuck so much. Alright, drink your Cosmic Cow and get out. Yeah, maybe they just... Yeah, maybe we do that there. And I'm wondering, is there... No, now they shouldn't get stuck behind that. Also, I suggest enabling the supports on the invert. Yeah. I have a little bit. I kind of went through and added a few, but then I just never got around to the rest of them. I'll do that at some point. Yeah, I was gonna say, do you just think the corkscrews are not, like, snappy enough or something? I mean, the first one... I mean, my minor critique is that there's 3 of them. I think there could have been a little more variation with the elements. The interlocking corkscrews came out beautifully, but that first one was really large and drawn out. I don't know, just 3 corkscrews in a row with 2 of them back to back. I don't know. Pretty place for a bench, yeah. Sit down there and look out that way. Well, no, you'd be sitting down and looking out that way, so the view's not quite as good, but it's still quite nice. So. Yeah, I think this will be next. We're going to move this to the back and find a new place for the surf coaster. Kind of tie all this jungle theme together. Even do a little terrain work back through here. Why are these trains always... Whoa, that's a lot of litter. Alright, let's do something about that.
That's the way the millennials take television on.
Just replace Jimper's coaster with a new Corvus coaster. You sound tired, by the way. I am. I am a little bit tired, but I'm hanging in there for now. If I get to the point where I am just too wiped out to continue, I'll call it. But I'm okay for now. It's kind of just a little bit more relaxed. I think over here a wider path would be a good idea. That way there's room for the people getting off the train and for people going to get on it. But that doesn't really say anything as to why these are stacked. The people look happy, they're not yet, like, really panicked. They're not stuck on the train. Oh, they had maintenance. That could be part of it. What we should do is go to... that station right there. And let's adjust the timing. But we're going to turn that interval down to just 10 seconds. And that may be partially affected by the fact that the trains are not stopping over here. I don't know yet. Wider path may be a good idea if lots of guests in that area getting off. Yeah, there are a lot that get off. There's not a whole ton that get on at this station as compared to a couple of the other ones, but it does get kind of backed up in here. We would have to do a little bit of terrain work to be able to accommodate that wider. Okay. Holy mosh pit, yeah. That didn't get quite as bad as it got. So like this station tends to be the busiest, I think, because it's the closest to the entrance in the park. And it's actually not even all that long right now. Not just boardwalk it up. I mean, we could do that. Alright, are they gonna let me click the trash can that got vandalized? Yeah, there we go. Somebody probably got kicked out of the park already. This was a station... Whoa! Into the water. Ah! This was the station that I built, inspired by the station over here that Bromik built. Kind of with the glass canopies, it kind of fits the theme. Alright, so we have a vote for yes and one for no. Another time, leave it for now. Yeah, we would really, I think, need to get an area, because if we take this out, that is going to be a huge loss for the park. So I think it may make sense to have it ready to go, like, right away. Do the move that time. I think it's going to be time to start shutting these down and clearing out land. I would like to try to keep this in place somehow if it's possible. You know what? That would be... Well, no, because we have the rooftop restaurant for the surf coaster, and if that's going to go over here, there's no point in having that. This was built around this. Maybe we could find another way to accommodate that somehow. There's not a proper restaurant in this area of the park, this zone, so to speak. Gonna go by. Alright, Hank, have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out. Line for that is actually pretty long. Then build one. Not really any room. I mean, there would be over here. Ooh, one possible. Ooh, this would be a bit of a gamble, but we could actually build one out this way. Have it kind of tie in through here and have it sit like roughly in the middle. We wouldn't be able to do a real big restaurant though. We have it out over the water, kind of circled around that. But we may also do something slightly different with this coaster. It's been needing a little bit of a rework. Do you have an observation ride like a sky tower? There's a restaurant to the right of that, no? So the only restaurants we have, we've got this, of course, the rooftop grill for the surf coaster. We've got the pirate one. And then we've got this one, which actually counts as two over here. Ideally, whenever I would set up like all of... Ouch! Oh, I just hit my knee. Ow! Ideally I would set one up in every zone of the park, so to speak. Which I think is something that we could do. Just have to plan it out a bit. The park just feels... It just feels a little bit too segmented, in my opinion. Like you're always having to break off somewhere to get to something. Just it doesn't, like, flow super well, if that makes sense. I like one ideally every 200 yards. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what they've got the, you know, the food and drink shops. But full-fledged restaurant. No, I think one per zone is fine. If you've got, you know, if you've got 5, 6, 7, 8 in the park, just depending on how much space it's taking up, then I think that's sufficient. It's like you need cable car ride or a boat transportation ride. I thought about a cable car. Just haven't really found a good layout for it until stuff over here is developed. Tell you what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull the water up. And then what I'm gonna do... start the process of this here. Turn the, not the intensity, the size down. We can bump that up a little more. Steamboat would be perfect over there on the right. Yeah, except this area is going to end up getting filled in. And the reason for that is when we prepare for moving the RMC back here, which I think is going to be the best option. Turn this into more of a We'll leave the water for the surf coaster right here until we actually are ready to move them. Band player, what's going on, man? Yeah, so I mean, we've got most of that all set. So the RMC will get moved back over here. And we can get it to interact with the terrain. The railroad, we'll actually be able to tunnel that over and have it go through like more jungle things. I'm thinking if we keep the railroad in all these different places, it would be really good to have like every segment of the ride have different sorts of terrain and scenery interactions. Make it immersive. Because right now, this is the only one that has, like, a whole ton of stuff to it. I spent an hour setting up my setup and it was broken. Oh, that sucks! Wow. Yeah, that really sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. Alright, let's get a few of these facilities cleaned up. Okay. Boy, that water is deep. And if you... Actually, turning on torch doesn't really do much. Oh, wow. Whoa. We're in, like, the Twilight Zone. If you angle it, you can look up and just see just how deep that is. That is full out like the Twilight Zone. The upside is I got an absolutely absurd monitor because of the refund. Getting it tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, so you get a little bit of a bonus, I guess, for your inconvenience in that sense. So, that's good they got you set up with something nice. And we'll do some work on all of that. Alright. So, third vote, second vote for yes, a third vote overall to move the RMC. So this was the original RMC that I made, and this is the one that Jimpers reworked. We can actually have it go through the terrain like back here. Yeah. Because this part will actually cut into the terrain like before. There's a little bit of interference there with the mine train, but if we have it cut back in here, kind of have it branched off over on that side. Other option is... see, that would actually be a bit tougher to pull off. I'm not going to do it right now. I know the poll voted for do it, but I'm not going to. I have started the groundwork. We're rocking about 10 inches to 7 in reality. Ah. Dale. I don't have any snow here. I mean, I live in South Carolina, so we don't get snow very much. It's been chilly, but it's been dry and sunny. weather this week is gonna suck, though. It's gonna be cool and rainy. I don't mind the rain, and I don't mind it being cold, but I don't like when it's rainy and cold. If it's gonna rain, make it warm. If it's gonna be cold, at least, like, let the sun be out, you know? Something like that. 4+ here, plus whatever we get tonight. Ah! Okay. Alright, so we've got some terrain filled in over here. We've got kind of plans and idea what to do with this. We'll just have to find a good rotation for the... Might even do away with the mine train. Although, no, you know what? I would like to keep that. That was a lot of work, doing all that there. We could reorient it. One other thing I was thinking about doing over here, redoing the queue for this. Maybe giving some ride. Well, the exit's over here, so you've got to go the long way around, unfortunately. But maybe some shops, maybe clear out a little bit of this and do like a flat ride in this area. Little fountain here. I'd say, do y'all want to see a POV of the river rapids? I built this in my early days. Could definitely do something far more creative with the station as well. Alright. Yeah, we'll do one. So what I think I'll actually do is a... Yeah, we'll do the front bumper. Grab one at the station. Yeah, we'll go with this one. Just that way we don't have all the different rotation and stuff. Weather here doesn't know what it wants. It's been nice and sunny all weekend, not like it's red thunderstorm warnings. A car flipped a couple streets down from us. Ooh. I hope, hope whoever was in it is okay. That's scary. I've spun out on black ice before and had my fair share of sliding off the road and all that bull crap. It's not fun. Must be windy. Look at all the palm trees fluttering around in the wind and stuff. Anytime you breathe, it turns sunny, and anytime you exhale, 5 inches of snow come down. Could maybe add, you know, perhaps some speakers with some sound effects or some, even maybe just some music for the ride. Man, those trees are dancing big time. It must be quite windy. Oh, look at this! Look right here! We get the mine train going right overhead. That's pretty cool. Tropical ambience. I mean, we could do that in some sections. I'm saying if we stagger speakers, then maybe we could do a variety of that. Or if we just give some music. Peak interaction, yeah. They're screaming and we're just sailing straight ahead on a calm river. It's not even the rapids. The screams of the damned, yeah. Cue the Frank Sinatra bongos, yeah. Oh, that's cool. We get a view of the drop tower. Whoosh. Coming from the aforementioned Twilight Zone, yeah. I say, if any of you know anything about the ocean, though, the Ocean Twilight Zone is a really interesting world. We're pulling into the station. Be quiet. Alright, off the ride. Well, I think it's safe to say they liked it. They made so much noise the whole ride. 1% did not enjoy it. Boo. This one looks so cool. I love water rides in real life. Coasters not so much, and refuse because I'm scared of heights. Aw, man. I love roller coasters, and I'm afraid of heights. So, for me, it isn't so much heights directly, but it's more of a fear of falling. So, if I'm on a roller coaster, I'm okay. I used to be a little bit iffy about him when I was younger, but I've grown to love him. I'm not afraid of flying. Well, actually I am. But not because of height. I mean, I love flying, like if I'm flying my own plane or something like that. Which is pretty great. I'm not the biggest fan of drop towers, but I'll do them. They're fun. I refuse to go on Ferris wheels. And I get terrified going up. Actually, not so much up, but down ladders. So, go figure. I know that if I can hang upside down on a coaster for 5 seconds, I am not getting out of that seat. I have trauma for the Kings Island drop tower. Oh. Yeah, so I'm thinking potentially we could just go add some speakers with some ambience, or even if we wanted to give it no. 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 No, so none of those there. There's... Oh, yeah, okay, this is it. There's a speaker... Oh, yeah, it's right here, okay. There's a speaker on this. This actually, so I'm telling you, way back when I first started the park, this used to be like at the front entrance. This was the music you would hear when you first entered the park. Spirits of the Forest. Holy cow, look at the line for the mine train. This is kind of nice the way they're labeled though. Because you can see Mythology, Planet Coaster, Viking, that doesn't have a symbol for it, but the, aquatic. Oh, here it is right there. Let's do that. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, we could still go through with like ambience or sound effects. Let's actually just look and see what some of the options are. Let me get caught up on chat here in a minute. This one looks so cool. I love... Oh no, I read that. Okay. All the emojis. The 1% needs to get out. Yeah, okay, that took me a second. I was gonna say, what do you... They are the 1% who didn't enjoy this ride, yeah. 300 foot tall, first time I rode it, I was gonna ride with my uncle, but he didn't fit in the seat. So my first time riding it, I was 7 and alone, or some age like that. Wow. Oh, man. Yeah, I can understand how that would be a very frightening experience. Let's just see what these are. You're like a parrot or a toucan or something like that. Cocktail party, really? Sure is kind of neat. But then if we switch... and we go to sound effects, let's see kind of maybe what we have. That's cool. That's actually pretty neat. Yeah. No, you know what? I think we stick with the onboard ride music. Seems to fit pretty well. I would love to try to get like some Polynesian drums or something like that. Would be really neat. Maybe. Let me add that speaker back in just for a moment. Okay, here it is. What if we go to... We've got a whole bunch of... That would freak me out. Ooh. That'd be good for the... Well, Mambas don't have rattles. The hiss. That'd be fun for the Mamba coaster. Oh hey, you've got jet takeoff sounds. Place that speaker at a random part of the park with the laugh. Interesting. For your safety, please make sure you're holding on tight because you're about to plunge. Are you ready? And then the magic and stuff like that there. If we switch back to ambience and we went into Viking or pirate, they don't have it in here. Oh yes, that's it right there. Got the drum group. That's pretty good. Just don't know if it would interfere with the music on the ride. But to have the drums kind of right as you're coming up there. You know what I thought of doing randomly? Yeah, that one is good. That's the closest thing I think we're going to find to like the Polynesian drum groups or something like that. Alright, I'm going to go set the lighting to noon, just so we can see better as I kind of build and add stuff. Alright, I think it is time to take the relatively painful move of shutting down these water slides. This one is going to be tough because these are really popular, but I think I have them saved as a group. If I don't, let me do so. Save as blueprint. No, I don't see them. Save as blueprint. It would be nice to actually attach them to the slide. Maybe we can grab all of them. Yep, slides are contained. Alright, now that we've got all of that, now we'll save that as a blueprint, scroll back down and override what we just did. Save. Okay. Alright, this can go away with little concern. Gonna take a little bit of a hit there. Take that out. And then we can just demo this path. This is all in preparation to redo the area up front. Pretty neat. Oh, he's missing a tooth. He's missing 2 of them. Pretty funny. A little bit of live entertainment from the pirate. This will be a significant hit if we get rid of these, because these actually count as 3 attractions, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no. Let's not do that. Okay. Let me go back through. I messed that up. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so we'll have to just keep an eye out for that there. Everything's back open now. Ooh, that took a ton of power out. Wow. Alright. Yeah, but everything's powered back up, so we're good. A little bit of an interruption there. Call a janitor for that there. We get rid of the pools. I'm not sure what kind of a hit we would take on that. But I'm thinking we get rid of this coaster, or maybe we do the water park in the back. I'm thinking maybe over here. Still want to do a volcano area. It's dated. That is good prestige, though. I would like to update this blueprint. No! You kidding me? Alright, we got everything now. Even comes with a distributor underground, which is nice. Save. Okay. So we'll figure that out. Find a place to move that to the back. Maybe add a few trees up here. Kind of determine what we'd like to do with this area. JP is still here? He had something he wanted me to check out, so... Oh! Out! Alright. I think that is gonna do it for tonight. Yeah, going 2.5 hours. Doesn't feel like it, but... Wow. These guests doing crimes, they won't get away with it. No. We've really clamped down on that. Security is a lot better. So, I think that's going to do it for tonight. And I don't know if I'm going to be on tomorrow. I'm going to try to get all this work on my computer done that I need to. So, and I may not be streaming for a couple days. So I'm going to be up in the air about tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to do my best to make it back on by Thursday. Probably get it set up sooner than then. But we'll see. I'm getting pretty tired, so it's time for me to call it a night. But yeah, I've definitely got some plans for some stuff to do with this here. While I'm thinking about it, let me actually go onto the workshop and upload or update some of these, because I want you all to be able to have some fun. See you next time. Alright, man. Hey, I appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Alright, so let me save that there. Back onto the workshop. We'll upload the park. That way, if any of y'all want to play around with anything, feel free. No. Ooh, take a look at that. Somebody made a Montu recreation. Neat. I love Montu. Alright, let me update, because I did upload that. I thought I did. Maybe not. Yeah, that way we'll just have a few things for y'all to play around with if you want. Also haven't forgotten about the Discord. I need to take some time to set that up. Probably once my computer's all done, we'll get that going. So there is a small chance that I'll be on tomorrow at some point, but I'm not going to guarantee it. If I get this work going on my computer, I won't be. And I need to quit putting it off and just get it done. So I can get, you know, other games installed and get everything configured the way I really want to. Try to optimize my OBS, my streaming software as well, so get some better quality and maybe a couple of fun features or something. But alright, I'm gonna call it a night here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Really appreciate y'all. And hope you enjoy the rest of the day, night, wherever you all are. And I know we'll see you soon. It may be a couple days, but we'll be in touch. I check my YouTube and stuff like that for, you know, comments or posts. So look forward to being back. We'll definitely be planning on a pretty good stream on Thursday, checking out all of the updates. Might even check. I'll be keeping my eyes out Monday for the DLC reveal. And if I don't stream that day, then maybe I'll make a post about it, see what everybody thinks or something. But yeah, so we'll see you all soon. Hope you all have a great rest of the weekend. And as always, until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you.